Standing here today as the president of the Harvard Club of Sri Lanka and co-chair of this regional conference, I feel immense sense of pride, not only in how far we have come, but in how powerfully this movement has taken root in our part of the world. When we first conceived Big Bold Brave last year, we didn't imagine just another conference. We imagined a platform for transformation, one that could bring together leaders, thinkers, innovators, and dreamers from across Asia, the Pacific and beyond, united by the shared purpose to reimagine what our region can become. We chose 3 words, and that's what you see, Big, Bold, Brave. 3 simple words, but together they carry a powerful message. Big, because opportunities in the region are vast, from education to technology, sustainability to creative industries. Bold, because it takes courage to think differently, to challenge systems that no longer serve us sometimes. And brave, because leadership today requires heart, the willingness to stand for what's right, even when it's not easy. This philosophy, big opportunities, bold moves, brave people, became the heart of our movement. And last year, we saw it come alive. At Big Bold Brave 2024, we witnessed something extraordinary. Over 150 participants from more than 10 countries, representing 15 Harvard clubs across the region, all gathered in our beautiful Colombo. It was a celebration of unity, collaboration, and shared vision, proof that Sri Lanka could become a global hub for dialogue, innovation, and leadership. This year, we are building on that foundation, my dear friends. Big Bold Brave 2025 will be even larger, deeper, and more impactful, bringing together Harvard alumni all around the world to our beautiful Big Bold Brave Sri Lanka. Business leaders, policymakers, and change makers from the region and across the world. Allow me to take a moment to reflect on how we got here and how we started Big Bold Brave and how we are here. When we established the Harvard Club of Sri Lanka in 2021, as the 119th official Harvard Club in the world, our vision was clear: to move beyond being just an alumni association and instead become a platform of purpose, where learning meets service and where ideas turn into impact. Over the years, our club has become a living embodiment of Harvard's ethos: enter to grow in wisdom, depart to serve better thy country and thy kind. From launching initiatives like Save Lives Sri Lanka during the pandemic, we didn't market or boast it, but alumni all around the world came together to donate over 150,000 USDs. At that time, it was more than 50 million Sri Lankan rupees to help 15 plus public hospitals in Sri Lanka to serve lives. The Harvard Club of Sri Lanka has stood for impact, collaboration, and nation building over the years. And why Big Bold Brave matters today? As we look around, we see an Asia-Pacific region in transition. As Shafra mentioned, 4.5 billion people growing richer, living longer, and facing complex new challenges. Sri Lanka is just 4.5 hours of a flight from 60% of world's population. And over 55% of trade happen in this region, the fastest growing region in the world.
Out of 5 areas that event has in terms of themes, what is most relevant to us is the digital economy, which is a very hot topic that we have in the country today. How do we accelerate the country's economy by using and by boosting the digital economy? We can actually have a nice dialogue there, but more than dialogues, I think it's super important that we understand some of the practical aspects, because in Sri Lanka, as I said before, in a couple of other forums lately, we need to execute some of the strategies that we have been talking about for a long time. As I recently said, all these discussions are nice, thought leadership is nice, but also we need to action some of the items. As I said before, this phrase that I was exposed to recently, English prevails, actions and numbers reveals. So it's important that as a country we execute things, and I hope this would be a fantastic platform for us to understand some of the best practices around the world in terms of execution of the digital economy.
We have half the world's population in a very tight space, and the rest of the other half of the world other half of the population spread. This creates both immense challenges as also immense opportunities. So the conference we have organized, Big Bold Brave, is to look at these opportunities, look at these challenges, not only for a very short time period like 3-5 years, but 20-25 years period. See what kind of things we can do to make the world a better place. The conference is organized in 5 areas. Jobs, because if you have half the world's population in a very tight space, we need jobs, we need food, we need energy, we need the digital economy and technology to power and provide those solutions, and we have to organize around how we protect our environment and adapt to the possibility of climate change. These are big challenges and requires planning, dedication over a long period of time. The purpose of this conference is to tap into the Harvard Alumni Network, and with that access to Cambridge, Oxford, all the biggest brains in the world, and a fair amount of wealth to bring them here to Sri Lanka and work as a regional entity, focus on this part of the world, because both the problems and solutions are though common with the rest of the world, it has its own idiosyncrasies to this part of the world. What necessarily works in Los Angeles or New York doesn't work over here. We have a different cost model, different temperature index, so lots of things we have to kind of adapt. The opportunity Big Bold Brave provides is for us to tap into these networks, build the relationships we need with each of these countries, the know-how and the personal relationships over the next, to work over the next 30 years in solving these problems.